2017. I'm still here with Matt Bell.
Hey Luke, how you doing?
Good. We're over the halfway mark.
Yes, round 4 of 7 that we're going to be playing today before we switch over to day 2.
Yeah.
Then we've got 3 more rounds to play tomorrow. Is that correct? 3 rounds tomorrow or 2 rounds?
Another 3 rounds.
Another 3 rounds, and then we'll go to top 32.
Yeah, we just got over the number of players to get into the top 30 to do a top 30
instead of top 16.
Yeah.
Our next round feature for you is a famous YCS player. Where did you say he finished?
I think it was during YCS Liverpool he topped.
Michael Cleaver. He's going to be playing True King Zodiac, and he's going to be playing against Kadori, who's playing a pure Zodiac build.
Yeah, with lots and lots and lots of hand traps.
Yeah, this is, I think, the first time we're seeing the hybrid True Draco deck actually appearing, and this one's actually a little bit more extreme, because it's also playing the, I can't remember, I tried to read this, Marianne the True Draco Phoenix as well, and also playing True King, sorry, correct me on this one, it was the Greek one.
The Greek one, okay, I've got it here, Lithosigem.
Lithosigem, yeah, True King Lithosigem also in this deck. He's also playing the Northern Loop, so it'd be quite interesting to see how this turns out. And he's playing Bababoon to is it Badadoon?
Bababoon.
Bababoon,
even. Bababoon. Anyway, so enough of us butchering names. Let's get over to the feature match.
I feel like we really went on a strong note there, Luke. Not gonna lie.
Is that a picture of a hamster in a token? No, it's not. I thought it was a picture of a hamster in a token. It is not. So. Starting with Bababoon.
Okay. He's going to draw and then send a card back. And he's hit Terraforming. That's extremely good. He's going to be able to get his diagram, Dragonic Diagram, and then use Diagram to destroy his baboon. Oh no, he's going to go with the Barrage.
It's actually got an extra bit. It's Baboon.
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 I think you're just messing with me now. Like, honestly. Yeah, so, see, the Zodiac Barrage gets Joyous, and this is the liability of Joyous Ash Spring. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I keep getting always back to front, sorry. Is that now we just got a diagram to follow up, and he can go these plays, and the Barrage has to be answered next turn.
Yeah.
Like, if that barrage actually gets through to the next turn, then Michael is going to have just a ton of things he can do.
Yeah. Michael's... I definitely recognise Michael's name. I think he's previously topped.
I hope so. You picked the feature match.
Yeah. Yeah, well, these guys are on table 3 right now. These guys are right at the top of the competition.
Yeah, they're currently speeding ahead. As was it? My friend Ollie says, the air is getting thinner in round 4.
Right.
As you climb through the ranks and you start getting harder and harder opponents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly. Right, so we've got 2 Baboons. I'm just going to say a different thing every time. Hopefully it works out.
No one's going to notice, Luke.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Okay, so you can see MX Saber Invoker grabbing the Whiptail, and we're probably... See, he's already got the Nord in his hand. We know where this is going.
Yeah. So yeah, very. It's always kind of a tiny bit of a different start off, but then as soon as we get to the Zodiac cards, very similar combos.
Yeah, this one's not actually playing the Borbo. Sorry, not Borbo in it. So he's just using up his Kong here.
Yeah. Probably tight for space.
Yeah, but he's also playing the True King of all Calamities in this deck as well.
Yeah. And Ender Blather as well. I like Ender Blather, it's got a funny name. So Kadori here.
Oh, he also has a Chalice, so he's going to be able to get through the opponent's Trident as well.
Yeah.
And he's got a Tenki and Black Sheep to actually get his plays, and a Barrage, so he's got a ton of stuff he can do next turn.
So he's finished with all the zoo parts of his combo. Now he's finishing off his turn with a bit more True King.
Oh, is that the Drawn Lockbird in his hand? Yeah, he's got the Drawn Lockbird as well, so actually he's going to be able to shut Kadori's attempt to combo. Oh, and then we get the profit with the Ram. By destroying that, he can get another Zodiac monster back from the graveyard.
Yeah, so he's...
Oh, and he's going for his opponent's extra deck, and now he strips the Norden, so he immediately takes his opponent away. He takes the Invoker out now. He could get the Totem. Is there a Totem Bird in there on Kadori's deck?
Don't think so. I didn't see one a minute ago. No, there isn't one.
Okay, so the Speedroid engine is now dead. And he goes to take out one of the Checker 9s. How many Checker 9s was he playing? Was it one?
Just one Checker 9, yeah.
Oh, that is brutal.
Surprised he didn't take away something like... Oh, no, I guess he's playing 2 Emeralds. Still,
Yeah.
taking away 1 Emerald would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, you take away all the singletons because then it puts your opponent into a horrible position where they don't have the... Well, you know you're actually taking something away from them. If you just take away 1 Dagusto, they can still play with just a 1.
Yeah, I guess taking like double Dagusto Emerald and Norden would be... If you're gonna go for Emerald, then you're gonna go for
consider
both.
how many cards that's just made pretty redundant in Kadori's deck. That's the Terratop engine completely, the instant fusions, the fusion substitute.
Yeah, that's a lot of cards.
That's a lot of cards all of a sudden you don't see. And he's Michael's holding a Droll Lockbird as well, which he's going to drop as soon as his opponent plays the Fire Formation Tenki most likely. Because if he ends with a face-up Dryden, it's quite unlikely that Kadori is going to push out with his barrage.
Yeah.
We're going to
There's
see
a
some
fusion sub. And the Norden. Get him out that Ram. Yeah, he's still got that barrage just sitting there looming for next turn.
Yeah, and yeah, Michael's quite far ahead here.
Detached the wrong ones there.
He didn't let go of it though.
No,
See how close he got to it?
Yeah, very
like,
quickly.
whoops, that's not what I meant to do.
Very quickly fixed that.
Michael Cleaver's playing double fusion substitutes, so he can actually extend his turn really far if he wants to.
Mm. That's not really normal.
Well, there's people I've seen that are playing free, and you occasionally see some... Oh, he drew the black sheep. That's ridiculous. You see some people on YouTube videos, and they show you the combo and be like, hey, here's my +7 playing Brilliant Fusion and playing free fusion substitutes.
Wow.
And you're like, practically, I just don't think that goes a distance in a long tournament.
Kadori here must just be thinking, wait, did he, like, trying to process where the extra black sheep came from?
Do you play more than one of these? I imagine was the question.
Yeah. Puts the Norden back. Wow, this is just extensions on top of extensions here. Wow.
He's left his whole extra deck face up at this point. He's too focused on the combo, he's not actually watching how he's got his cards on the field.
Yeah, I feel like he's very much into the brains at this point.
Puns of power. Puns of damage.
I love how he's not got like his tokens and his extra deck separated. They're just kind of all mashed in together.
Oh, he's just having a great
He's
day
going for
right
it.
now.
He's having a great day, yeah.
He's on the live stream, and his deck is coming out of the gates pretty strong. Sorry, I'm saying pretty strong. I'm downplaying how ridiculous his opening is.
Yeah. Kadori actually played a hand trap as well, so...
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason why a lot of our players I was speaking to said that they're playing with Zoo because there's safer places to stop versus hand traps.
And then he draws Tenki as well, which we've not seen being played yet. Wow.
Michael should go buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, it just does not stop. I'm sure that Ram's going to become a Trident.
2 emeralds this turn and 2 fusion subs, so that's 4 draws right there.
Yeah.
Draw lot bird number 2.
Okay, yeah, that could have been better. Could have drawn a different hand trap. But
you know what? If your luck's going to run out somewhere.
Yeah, it's a good place for it. Wow.
And then we've got the Ram. Actually, really interesting. Using the Ram as a material for the Dryden is because it gives the Dryden 2,000 defense. It means it doesn't get beat up by a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Or by rat peers with 100 attack points, as we saw there.
Yeah, it can beat up uni zombies pretty good, apparently. Tenki, yeah, go ahead, that's fine. Here's John Lockbird.
Yeah. I think Kadori is probably going to call it a day when he sees his drawn Lockbird.
Do you reckon?
I think so. I mean, where do you go from here?
You can still try and make some Zodiac plays. I mean, he's got the Chalice to deal with the Trident, so he can at least still try to set something up.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, if he's got Chalice as well. There's places from... Well, yeah.
He might try and... Michael might try and use a Trident here to shut this down.
Yeah.
No, he's going to let it go.
Yeah. Rapier here. Again, Hammercon quite early.
Yeah, both these players elected not to play the board bow.
No, Kadori's playing Borbo.
Oh, okay. He's just starting with the Hammercon.
Yeah. Guess there must be various reasons behind that. He might just want to save the Borbo. Yeah, you can see it there on the top of his deck. There's the Borbo. Maybe he is trying to play around hand traps. I guess why would you play Borbo when you're under drawn Lockbird? No point. You may as well just
Broad Bull. He can't make Broad Bull, of course.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to build as much economy as he can out of this, and end with a Trident, but
yeah, I mean, he's just trying his best to set up a reasonable board.
yeah, but he is really far behind, and he's not even going to get a chance to really kick his deck off next turn either, because Michael's already drawn a second draw Lockbird.
Yeah, there's Tornado Dragon. First time we're seeing that.
Tornado Dragon, very, very powerful rank 4 monster, giving you a Mystical Space Typhoon-esque effect during either player's turn. And we're going to see Trident. Trident's effect's being used on the King.
What's the attack of Tornado Dragon?
It's 1900.
Right, okay.
And the effect of the True King is going to go off, and special summon the Wind one. And we're going to see attack over Douglas Emerald.
Yeah, may as well give it a try.
And this is where Chalice comes down.
Yeah, but it's only a temporary measure though. He's going to get his Trident effect next turn because he's got no way of destroying it now. Is that true?
Yeah,
so.
I think his turn's going to come to a bit of a screeching halt here.
Yeah.
Look at his hand. You can take out the barrage though,
yeah.
or you can take out the face down. Oh, he's going to go for the diagram. Yeah, that was actually a lot of.
Makes sense, yeah.
There was a lot of liabilities on the field right there.
Yes.
Could
Tornado Dragons.
I mean, in a standby phase, you could also take out the barrage, or you can wait till he tries to activate the barrage.
Yeah. Probably best to save. You know, try and take out that Trident straight away.
It's probably just going to shoot the Tornado Dragon. Or he might even go for his opponent's barrage, actually.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, Michael's gone through a lot of his stuff at this point. It's hard to say exactly where he's going to go with it. He's gone through both fusion substitutes.
Hey, there's another barrage that I had set face down. It wasn't a strike.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty big. I guess this is where the true Draco engine in this deck really shows the difference.
Oh, this isn't True Draco, this is an actual True Kings.
True King, sorry, yeah. Yeah, but it just shows the difference between the hybrid builds and the pure builds.
Yeah, it has some of the most powerful plays that it can do if the cards come out in the right order.
No, it just means you've got a backup plan. If all of your zodiac stuff gets used, then you do actually have a backup plan.
I was talking to a player. I forget his actual name. He calls himself Beaky.
Okay, yeah, Tom Watabiki.
Tom Watabiki, and he was actually telling me that they're trying out him and a few of his friends are playing a zodiac deck without Dogoso Emerald.
Right. Okay.
He was actually 2-1 at the end of that last round.
That's a reasonable score.
With it, he actually feels quite comfortable with without playing it. Hopefully, if he continues to perform well, we can get him on and maybe he gets a chance to explain it to you. But it seems like super interesting.
Yeah.
We're going to see scoop phase.
Yeah. So Michael manages to just take that.
Yeah, Michael's opening was absolutely absurd.
Yeah, there was. Oh, Kadori's up and running. Is he going somewhere? Oh, he's back.
It's from inside that key. Didn't have it on the
bag.
On the table.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like that opening was probably one of Michael's best. He's probably quite pleased with himself at the moment, just because he managed to do that on the live stream.
And to be fair, many of those extenders just came off the extra draw. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Actually, I can keep going.
Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't like those were even planned. Like it was like, okay, yeah, I'm done with my combo now, but I get to draw my card off Emerald. Oh wait, that card I drew off Emerald.
That's interesting. Michael plays Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, and going second, that could definitely be a factor to strip his opponent's extra deck.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got Retaliating Seas also probably coming in here, and of course the Field Clearing, Regeki, Dark Hole. Very common at the moment to max out those in the side deck.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you just didn't play a deck without Regeki, and now it's being relegated to the side deck. And it's a specific matchup card that you're looking at.
Yeah. I do like Regeki. It's not necessarily my favourite once overpowered cards, but you know, it's certainly up there.
Which is your favourite forbidden card?
My favourite forbidden card? Ooh, that's tough. Probably. That is a tough choice. I'd probably say Substitute.
Substitute, okay.
Maybe Substitute. Maybe Yatagarasu, just 'cause I've got my original LOD first edition one.
Nevermore dot deck. By what actually happened eventually when it was forbidden and remained that way, and also by the way it played, where you just couldn't draw cards.
Yeah.
Actually, I had an argument with. I say argument, a debate.
Discussion.
With one of my colleagues, who he believes the original Crush card was more demoralizing to play against than the Yatagarasu. Because he says, oh, but you get all the information, it strips all your hand, and you actually see all your cards get this torn away from you. Whereas if the Yata hits you, you just go, either I have the answer or I don't, and I concede. But with Crush card, you kind of have to keep playing just in case, and so you've got false hope. And that was the reasoning he gave, and I was just like, I just don't think you were hit by Yata enough, I'll be honest. Oh, turn 1, Confiscation, Forceful Sentry, Delinquent Duo, Yata. What? How is that fair?
I've just realised that Michael Cleaver is actually playing 50 cards.
Oh, he is, isn't he? I wonder if he's just doing that to, well, mostly to fit most of these engines in, and I guess he also, in some ways, reduces the impact of that grass is greener.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually. It's a good way to defend against grass is greener.
Just play 60 card decks.
Play more cards. Yeah, play more cards.
But as we've already established, Ash Blossom and Joy Spring can be absolutely backbreaking to that strategy, but then we just saw in the last round, when your opponent doesn't draw it, it's that grass looks greener is a pretty good deck for this tournament.
Yeah, it's really weird. I didn't notice it on his deck list, but only when I saw him shuffling, I was like, that deck is not 40 cards.
Were you politely trying to say his deck is fat?
Yeah,
that's what you're right.
That's basically what I was saying.
It's looking a bit larger than I would have expected, right?
Yeah, it's looking a bit bigger than usual. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, nice handshake. Good luck.
Kadori likely going first, and he's going to run into a Droll and Lockbird, I believe. We're just getting the hands load in. I'm trying to sneaky pick it out. I think it's My Body's a Shield, Joyous Ash, and Ram Ram, and a Forbidden Chalice, and it's a True King return. Oh, that's Michael Cleaver's hand. Sorry, that's right. That's a different hand. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. We've got
This is Michael Cleaver's hand.
Michael Cleaver's hand's Instant Fusion, Draw Unlock Bird, and True King Return, Terratop, and Ram Ram.
Nice.
So yeah, Ram Ram. On the other side, we've got a Forbidden Chalice, Ram Ram, Zodiac combo. Not a card you really want to draw, I guess. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and My Body is a Shield. I actually think Kadori's. That was Kadori's, right? His turn one hand. That's very weak, and he gets Droll and Lockbird out here.
Yeah.
So his hand is not getting any better.
No, especially after adding that Lunalight, that basically becomes the most useless card. when you've just got it, draw them lot birds.
Yeah, he's gonna have to wait a turn before he goes anywhere.
Fortunately, he does have Ash Blossom and a Chalice, so he may be able to stop his opponent.
Yeah, he can slow his opponent down to get him there. And we're going to see an upgraded Trident. Oh no, he can't. Well, with Chaka 9, the Chaka 9 prevents the monster being used as an Exceed material for this turn. And oh, he puts the Trident in attack, so he's alluding to he has a Whiptail in hand.
That seems like a strange risk to take.
He puts in defense. His opponent knows he doesn't have the Whiptail and has no trouble running the running a Terratop in, which his opponent did actually open with. So he's basically just, and he's of course he's got his 2 materials as well on his Trident. And the Ram Ram acts as a bit of insurance policy against a field clear. Setting that up so if his opponent does open with the Regeki or Dark Holes, which Michael is likely to have sided in when going second.
Yeah, definitely. I think Michael Cleaver's hand's way stronger than Kadori's was here.
Yeah, I think Kadori was limping, and when the Drawn Lockbird came down, he got shut down. But he still has quite a few options to try and break up Michael's turn and force Michael to... Yeah, there we go.
There's a Trident.
The Trident's been baited. Up tier, and he'll probably activate the effect. Send a card from the graveyard.
Yeah, Pointless playing Ash Blossom on this.
I mean, that's some of the problems against some of the Zodiac combos, is that is not actually a good point, because they can bend their combo around whichever point you try and stop them on.
Yeah.
Like, you think, hey, I can Ghost Ogre here, and then they bring it back with Tiger Mortar. They just reattach the Raptor and carry on.
Yeah.
Business as usual.
Yeah. I don't actually think that Chalice is all that strong against the Zodiac monsters either, because you can just, like, a monster gets Chalice, you can just, keep using it as Exceed material. Obviously, it's at some points in the combo it's pretty key to be able to Chalice, but
you're actually playing a Chalice so that during like the standby phase you can just negate the Trident. Not even just when you're standby phase, but being able to negate the Trident, so your opponent thinks they have disruption.
Yeah, and then they don't.
And then you strip that away, and if they leave their masterpiece without spell immunity, there we go.
Good spot to play Ash Blossom there.
The problem is Michael's also drawn Instant Fusion.
So that may be where we see the Forbidden Chalice go this turn, in fact.
Even that I feel is going to be pretty rough, because you'll still have the
Northern
Rapier
I
and
guess
the Northern, so like he can negate the Northern, but he can still make something out of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with outs for Kadori here, but
he's just got to play. It's going to be impossible for him really to stop what Michael Cleaver is trying to do. Kadori's plan is to just try and make this as worse a setup as possible for Michael.
Yeah,
like there's just too many ways for Michael to play around what little Kadori actually has.
Yeah,
but I think he's got My Body as a Shield as well, so he can actually blank the potential Trident.
Seeing the first Augusto Emerald of the turn here. No particularly exciting shuffling technique by either player. Where are we going to see Michael go from here then?
We'll see how he presses on.
He's just looking at his various options, I guess. There's many different ways that he could continue comboing here.
Yeah, Michael's 100% sure Kadori's not got a dimensional barrier face down.
Well, yeah, nothing barrier. No, there's no strike.
Yeah, the strike would have definitely.
He knows there's not a lot left, to be honest.
He might actually read the Forbidden Chalice. I mean, the options are getting smaller and smaller on what the cards could be.
Yeah, exactly. That's the beauty of Yu-Gi-Oh! When you're looking at
when you really
situations
know,
like this.
When you really know the format, and to the point of where you're like, you can actually narrow it down, and nothing feels more satisfying than when you actually see you made the correct read.
Yeah, I must say that's one of the most satisfying things when you're playing, to just be like, I think that's that. I'm gonna play as if that's that, and then it actually is.
I get some of the key points, and you get to some of the key points of the game where you set your board up in a way where it doesn't even matter what your opponent draws. There's actually nothing they can do. That was a lot easier when we had a Solemn Judgment in the format, and you're just like, that blanks, whatever that is. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Zodiac combo. What is Zodiac Combo's activated effect does? I believe it lets you attach material from your graveyard to one of your Zodiac monsters.
Target an Exceed monster and then attach a Zodiac monster from your deck, actually.
Oh, from your deck. Oh, so you can get the whip tiles straight from the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
That is pretty good. So Emerald is still proceeding to attack Trident. There's not been a replay occurring because no monster has changed.
Yep, still on the after the chain resolves, he just goes ahead and uses his Trident on his opponent's card. My body is a shield, going to strip that away.
Yep.
So yeah, Kadori then basically making Michael set up as worst as he possibly can with the cards he had available to him.
Michael actually isn't going to end up with that great of a board.
Yeah,
after all.
It's not like he can just remake another Dryden.
No, exactly. Sometimes it's better to just like leave your board and not attack than it is to risk trying to get that advantage.
We're not in a position where you can really willingly pass your battle phases without getting something for it. It's because a lot of people are removing the number of trap cards that they play in their deck. The main way that they are getting advantages for using disruption or actually just attacking through things.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's right. There's no way that you can just kind of take for granted that your board's going to be.
That is his first Jack and 9 this turn, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
I think his opponent's checking now.
Yeah, you can only use the one material upgrades once per turn.
Yes. I think he used the Hammer Kong earlier. Didn't use Jack and 9 yet. I'm not 100% sure on that though. I would expect our judges to.
But the Trident that was negated is no longer negated by Jack and 9. And we're going to see Zodiac combo, putting most of the extract back. And Kadori draw. I think Kadori's played this as best he can, and I think he's in.
Too.
I don't know what kind of cards he's got access to now, but
yeah, it's. I don't think either player is in necessarily a great position at this point.
Yeah, this one's going to be like a real grindy one, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, both of these players have really ground through their decks.
Oh, Imperial Order being drawn by Kadori.
This would be the first opportunity we have for me at least, to see that on the live stream.
I remember Imperial Order back before its errata.
Yeah,
it was an insane card, and it still is.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty interesting card.
I think interesting is your polite way of saying ridiculous. But
yeah. Well, you just tell your opponent you're not allowed to play a third of the cards in the game.
Yep, you just say the green color. They don't work.
Yeah. Not only that, but the one that you just played, that I chained Imperial Order to, that's definitely gone.
Ah, yes. Back in the day, the free mystical space Typhoons, and you hope to have it when your opponent Imperial Ordered you.
Yeah. That's all we had back then. There was no other back row, quick back row removal.
There was a time when it was common not to play free mystical space Typhoon. Like people, it's just before we knew it. It was before we knew better, and it was just like, oh, it's all right. It's an alright card.
Yeah.
No, it was a great card.
Yeah. We would just have the hopes that.
Oh, he tries to attach the Whiptail from his hand and gets caught by that chalice.
That's really good. It's the most optimal place for a Whiptail to be, is in the graveyard.
Yeah, not attached to the monster, but now he also gets to get through his MX Saber Invoker.
Yeah, which is very important. I think this is the thing. So Michael has gone through a lot of his resources already, whereas Kadori has not really got out of the starting blocks yet. So he's far ahead in a sense because he's got more stuff. Unless we can see Michael really showing us his Draco engine here, then there's not much going on for him.
Not right now, but I don't know what's in Michael's hand at this point. He had a hand trap at the start, didn't he? Right?
Yeah. I think he already used it though. It was a drawn Lockbird.
He used a drawn Lockbird. Okay.
Yeah, he's not got any of the hand traps.
Oh, his face down card is the True King Return.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good draws that he could.
So I'm saying if the True King engine just suddenly started happening, then yeah, Kadori would be in a really bad spot. So yeah, Tiger Mortar, attach the Rapier effect to get another one.
Yeah, Kadori making the best of an early shutdown to make his opponent board set up the worst he possibly can, and then he starts pushing back with his card economy generating engine.
Yeah. So I've just been informed that somebody that we know is actually 3-1 with S0 Utopic Zexal Turbo, as they've called it.
Senior Uniplay cards. Play cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't get that the first time around.
I admit I kind of bumbled it out.
Yeah. So if you guys want it, maybe we can feature him next round to see exactly what's going on in these matches, because I'm interested to see this deck. I think it's basically pure Zoo, but with
just with an F0 with random rank up magic.
Yeah, SS0. It's fantastic.
Ghost Rider, to answer your question, because we can. If you're in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, we're actually in an aircraft hangar next to the airport, and the aircraft hangar has a Concorde in it. We're actually doing something where you can take a professional tour around the Concorde for free.
They're actually doing that, yeah, because the guys were like, well, I'm going to be here anyway if your players want tours, and you can actually go on the fastest commercial plane ever made.
Yeah.
The guy was telling me so much about it, and it was like so awesome.
Yeah, it was actually really interesting.
Flies twice the speed of sound. Hundreds of buttons in the cockpit. Honestly, I was terrified.
Yeah. I felt just stupid just sitting in the cockpit. Like, there was that many buttons. I was like, I don't.
And the guy knew what all the buttons did. That was the thing.
Yeah. I was very impressed. He had a little laser pointer, just like, oh, this is this, and this is this, and this is this. Yeah, I was pretty impressed. I'd like to think that the Concorde could turn into Dracosac, but we can't have it all.
I got nothing for that one. I see how you got that one in. I'll give you props for that. Let's see, we're going to see another Whiptail.
Yeah, so Kadori, as I say, he's still got a lot of resources left.
That's the kind of thing with the whole Zoo engine, using the Trident to just keep filling your deck up and making sure you don't run out of these really good to grind cards. It makes it very resilient. It recovers extremely well, because as you see, even with a bit of a rough tumble at the start, he's able to recover with just such a small number of cards. So Far From Nation 10 key can suddenly lead to, or just Terratop off the top can just lead to open so many doors for you.
Yeah, exactly. So the Ram is going in.
And yep, we're going to destroy the Ram.
Get the Whiptail back. Cute little combo people have been doing today.
Damage coming in against Michael.
Yep, so both of them are on roughly the same life points now. In that kind of range of potential. Oh no, sorry, he still has the attack with Emerald, so no, Michael's even further down. So yeah, Michael's definitely in that range of this is scary.
And then Dryden gets the Whiptail, just flies straight into the Dryden.
Yeah. Anything less than about 5,000 life points nowadays is pretty scary territory.
As long as I can still play my Solemn Warning, it's fine. Yeah, Michael decides to pick up his cards.
Wow.
He's not going anywhere with that.
So we're heading into a game 3.
Yeah, I think Kadori played that really well. With the rough start that he had from getting shut down, he had all the right tools to just wait for Michael. I'm going to just find the very key moments in your plays to disrupt you. Yeah. And then Michael, when he was unable to set up, Kadori just gave himself the best option to just draw a card to go, oh, we're straight back in this.
Yeah, he just dismantled him. That was really, really great play by Kadori here. I hope we're getting his name right, otherwise he's going to tell us later and we're just going to be like, no.
Oh, you can ask him during the interview.
We should ask him later.
So sliding up for game 3, Michael most likely electing to go first. So
yeah, as per usual, both players will be swapping their cards out in their side decks with the going first and going second cards.
Yeah,
that seems to have only happened recently.
It's
in
because
recent metas.
Sure, I can explain that. It's because of the number of new hand traps that come out that are actually super viable. It lets you actively choose trap cards that are good if you're going second. Like, they're not actual trap cards, but the sense that I can actually do some disruption during your first turn.
Yeah.
But those are infinitely worse to have in your opening hand if you're going first, because then they don't actually contribute to your combo.
Yeah, they're not a combo piece.
Unless you have... which one was it? It was, yeah, Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, and your opponent goes for the Max C. That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Then it's like, no thank you, let's do this.
I remember when Ash Blossom was announced, everyone was like, oh my god, Max C is suddenly the worst card ever.
No, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
It still makes you pass your turn, most likely.
Yeah. It's just, for some reason, everyone suddenly thought that every time everyone would have a Max C, you'd have an Ash Blossom there, ready for it. It's very weird.
You're always going to have the Ash Blossom.
Yeah. It's very weird, when cards first come out, the initial reactions... Sometimes players get it spot on, but sometimes players just don't get it spot on.
Yeah, no, sometimes. I mean, some of the ones I like is when we're looking at new themes and new cards when we're making them, and like from some of the stuff we've done from internal testing, because we spend a lot of time doing that. And it's waiting to see when the community hops on and catches the combos.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he got it. So we just got told by our technical director that we will have breakdowns for decks that we'll be able to show to you guys in a bit, so you can take a look at what's actually happening in the metagame. Yeah,
so we'll probably start the next round with that one, or maybe look at it at the end of this round. But either way, we'll have the deck breakdown for you. It's pretty interesting, and we got a full country breakdown as well. So not just a bunch of people from the UK here.
Okay, I think Michael's opening hand's pretty good. He's got a Max C, a Diagram, a Soul Charge. I didn't even see the rest. I think, okay. He's probably going places.
Pretty good.
And he's going first as well, so he could make real good use of that Soul Charge. Kadori didn't open any hand traps here. Oh, it was Terratop as well, and it's the True King, the Wind one. Sorry, hold on, let me just look it up on his list, because I forget the name. Marianne, the True Draco Phoenix.
So
I think that is.
So he's got the field spell, he's got Max C.
So you're in Diagram, Max C, Terratop.
And Soul Charge. So
yeah,
that's so much to extend here. Let's see, has Kadori got any response? He actually doesn't.
My body's a shield though, for the Dryden when he needs it. He's drawn the Fusion Sub and the Black Sheep, Lunar Light, and a Kaiju, but he does have a Terratop to actually get himself started into the game.
If Michael's able to stop that Terratop though.
He's going to Max C.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, even if he doesn't stop the Terratop, Max C can do it, yeah. Wow, that's... I sometimes don't like having the perfect information about their hands because it's yeah, sometimes the writing on the wall is.
That's all, but that's all the fun. I mean, the way we're doing it's okay. I mean, it's not like okay at locals and you get the guy who comes up and looks at the top card of your deck and goes, "Oh man, you should scoop." It's over, man. It's over, and you're like, "Dude, seriously? I don't even know who you are."
They're the worst kind of people.
It's like, yeah, it's game on. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. People just walk up to your table, just like take the top chunk of your deck out, and just feel like just look at it like, it's not looking good. Oh,
it's not looking good for you.
Thanks, thanks for that.
Is it not?
Thanks for letting us know. Well ahead of time, you know.
Yeah, just don't be that guy. If you're locals and you've done that before,
Stop.
Just stop.
Stop.
That's the advice we'd give.
Yeah. Let people play their games. Let them see that their deck isn't necessarily got the cards coming off the top that they want. That's what helps people learn and change their deck lists.
I try to avoid saying that bricking builds character because it's just there's no positives to it at all. Being able not to tilt from doing that though, that's certainly a skill.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a friend. He was a Dragon Duel national champion. Many years later, he's still playing lots of card games. He's actually bulletproof when it comes to games. Like, regardless of how bad the game goes, he just goes, yeah, it happens. I accepted that when I sat down to play the game, that these were the rules and this could happen.
Yeah.
I built my deck, statistically that can happen. And he just, it doesn't faze him at all. It's one of the things that I've always wanted to learn from this guy. He's one of the best gamers I've ever met. Literally any game he touches, he's just immediately fantastic at it.
Yeah. Well, we're certainly seeing Michael Cleaver's probability.
Oh, is that Masterpiece? Sorry, I had the wrong card in his hand. Yeah, he had a Masterpiece.
Is it? Oh, I think. Oh yeah, it is Masterpiece. You can see the sword. See the sword to the sky. Yeah, it looks ultra rare in the picture.
It looked ultimate rare. I was thinking, looking at our photo, but that's just our lighting probably making it look weird.
Yeah.
Okay,
so he's gonna have a pretty big ending board here.
Yeah, he's got the Zodiac combo. Remember, we're seeing 2 fusion subs for Michael Cleaver as well. So
yeah, he doubly extend his combos. Wow.
And we're seeing fully at Zodiacs how quickly they can make something out of nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why they're getting away with just playing so many hand traps, which most other decks would just find so toxic to open 3 hand traps and then be like, I can't actually do anything.
I remember Dragon Rules when 6 hand traps was like, that was the box standard that you played, and maybe actually it used to be 3 effect wheels, 3 maxis, and 2 drawn lockbirds as well. That was considered a lot.
Yeah, well, Zodiac's just so consistent because really, when you draw any Zodiac, you're drawing whatever you want from your extra deck because it's just a 1 material card.
Yeah.
And when you memorize the effects of each of the Zodiac monsters, it's like any Zodiac monster is a search, it's removal, it's extender. In fact, it's all of these things in most cases. And then even if the other 4 cards in your hands are blanks in some cases, you've got a long line of plays that you can go down.
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to see a fusion sub.
Yeah, shuffle first.
Draws a whip tail.
Yeah, there's whip tail or wrap here, I couldn't tell. Anyway, we can see, we'll be seeing it very shortly. So yeah, Michael here is just continuing the combos on.
We've just been notified that time has been called on the round, so these players are going to be entering end of match procedure right now, I believe, at the end of this turn.
Yeah, so it'll be Michael's turn that time got called on. So we have another 5 turns after this. I don't think it's going to matter all that much, in all honesty.
No, a lot can happen in this format.
Yeah, it's true.
But the soul charge suddenly becomes that was a 2 monster masterpiece, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So he still gets tagged by Dark Hole or Regeki or any of the kaijus. Yeah. And Kadori actually opened a kaiju.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's got Gamasil.
So he actually has outs to both the Masterpiece and a Dryden. Yeah. And he also has Terratop. Although that turret top being way less good now that he's going to be resolving this True King. I can never remember how to pronounce this card's name.
Is it the gym one?
Yes.
Okay, let me find it. Let me find his name. Lithosa Gym.
Lithos Gym.
Lithosa Gym.
See, the Earth True King. Now you may question why somebody who works in cards names cards they can't actually pronounce.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a very good question.
That is a very good question. We should find somebody who's Greek and they can.
I blame Kevin. I blame Kevin to it.
Is it?
He actually helps localize some of the names for this, and some of the stuff is fantastic.
I think he just came up with like 10 random letters and put them in a name.
Box of Scrabble just dropped on the floor.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite named cards was called Magical Something, and we were reviewing the set file, and one of our Japanese colleagues sent this over, and he hadn't got around to naming the card yet, so he said we want to have it as Magical Something, and honestly, it just looked like somebody had just wrote it down and gone home early on a Friday or something. We just thought it was so hilarious that we actually we asked them very nicely if we could just keep that name, Magical Something.
Yeah.
And when it ended up in the set, people were just like super confused by it.
Yeah. You're like, what?
It's like, we had a little inside joke, and we were like, yes, we made that happen.
Yeah. Now you know. Magical Something. I didn't believe that. To be fair, I didn't.
I did actually get. I had the OP team contact me saying, they got the check sheet.
Yeah,
the they were looking, and it was like, oh wait, is this right? Did you mistype this? It's like, no.
To be fair, I remember when Mike first showed me Totally Awesome. I was just like, nah, no way. And I walked off. I was like, you photoshopped that. I thought he was just joking.
Yeah, actually, it's a really interesting thing for localization. It's not necessarily the same as just translating literal names, because sometimes we see the community comes up with names when they see the sets from Japan, and our set names our cards come back with different names.
Yeah.
I promise you, we don't do that to spite you. It's not like we go out of our way to try and make you guys dislike it, but sometimes we have trouble with localization and have to consider where we're going to go with like our German, English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese translations.
Yeah, there's lots of different languages it's got to kind of work in.
And sometimes there's these kind of weird puns in Japanese for some card names, and it doesn't really work.
Yeah. Yeah, so there isn't always necessarily a card that works totally correct from Japanese to English because it needed to work at all from Japanese to French. That's kind of...
Yeah, well, we've had problems before, like, I think it was frog in Ancient Gear in Italian was rana or something, which in the card text would mean your frog cards could search your Ancient Gear, so you had to like change your names and stuff, and this becomes some of the problems of localizing into so many languages.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're seeing the field continue to be set up, and we're going to see Brood Ball searching for another Ram.
I like Ram. It's just so funny. It's just a little dude with a big shield. I always like the ideas of a warrior who fights with just a shield. I'm not a big fan of Captain America though. Yeah, it's coming back.
Plus material on Daigoso Emerald. Can he do that? I thought Tiger Mortar was you can put a Zodiac material onto a Zodiac monster.
Well, his opponent's certainly reading it.
That's the first thing he's checking.
Yeah.
Now, if you're playing games at home, guys, always feel free to read your opponent's card, and don't always take their entire interpretation of the card text.
Yeah, let's us have a read of it and see what we think. Yeah, you can...
Any guy, right?
Yeah, so once per turn you can detach one Exceed material from this card, then target one Exceed monster you control and one Zodiac monster in your graveyard. Attach that Zodiac monster to that Exceed monster as an Exceed material.
Ah, that's pretty good, of course, because of the soul charge that he played getting the Daigoso Emerald. He gets to put the material straight on the Daigoso and use it again this turn. It's very clever.
Yeah, that is a very clever play.
Michael's still holding 4 cards in hand whilst also having a pretty reasonable setup.
Mm-hmm. And no doubt Dryden's going to make an appearance towards the end of his turn here, which is likely where he's going now.
No, there's more.
Nope, there's more. Wait.
He put one of the Rapieres back into the deck. So the combos go on and on and on.
But wait, there's more.
This is the first turn of time, in case you were wondering.
We're still in the first turn.
Full credit to Michael taking full advantage of the way he's built his deck to just set up these ridiculous long strings when he gets past his opponent's initial disruption.
Yeah, just the amount of focus this guy must have to be able to do all of these combos.
And now he passes.
Yeah, and Kadori here must just be thinking, I've got some work to do.
Well, that Masterpiece is something that needs answering immediately. The Trident needs answering. He's only got 1 Kaiju, but he does have Kaiju My Body as a shield, so he can take out both of those. Then the rest of his opponent's field isn't really threatening, but Michael also has the Diagram in play, so that kind of needs to be answered before it gives Michael a chance to use it with a Ram and then start all of his nonsense again. Kadori doesn't know he's got to play for a Max C as well this turn.
Yeah. It's a tall order, but let's see if he's able to make the right plays here. I think he's definitely got to start with this Gamma Seal.
I don't know, he might try his Black Sheep, or I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to get tagged by Drum Lockbird again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're kind of clutching at straws at the moment. It's quite a tough spot.
It's not like he doesn't have plays, it's just like there's a lot to consider. Like he'll take out, yeah, he's going to fight you to try. Oh, he can still kill the Masterpiece. Sorry, destroy the Masterpiece. Let me get my terminology correct. Destroy the Masterpiece with My Body's a Shield because there was 2 monsters tributed.
Just getting informed that more breakdowns already.
Let me show you guys some super charts.
Yeah.
And
yeah, but by the looks of this round, we will likely be showing you the next round.
We might be running a little bit over at this point.
Yeah, a little bit. I think this is probably one of the longest matches.
They're getting pretty common on the top tables with these huge setup decks.
Yes.
There's a normal zone.
Yeah, I think definitely Kadori's turn is going to be much shorter than Michael's.
Oh, he's playing for the Max C as well.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's because he's normal summoned before he's made the oh, he doesn't have the MX Saber Invoker because it got removed by our Earth True King friend.
Yeah.
Who stripped Kadori's extra deck. So that's actually also limited his plays and it's made. Oh, he had the Lunar Light and the Fusion sub, and he lost the Norton. So he's holding a bunch of cards he's not going for. He's playing for a Max C.
I think you have to just play through the Max C here.
Yeah, I mean, what else? If he passes, he's just going to get absolutely destroyed by those giant attack monsters.
Especially now that Gamma Seal's on his board.
Yeah, he's got to put the work in here.
Even if Michael's entire board disappeared and Masterpiece was there with Diagram, that would still be tough. Just that would be tough. But instead he's got all these other really threatening cards. Rapier is still a looming threat.
Yeah, you don't really want to leave that knocking about. Yeah, you've got the Masterpiece.
The Emerald.
Does he have
even more
any
Tiger
continuous spells or traps in his graveyard to even use the Masterpiece?
It's a good point actually.
The game started so long ago, I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, same. Yeah, so Michael at this point is just drawing so many cards. This is the trouble with Zodiac. It's not like, it's not like, I think of a recent deck where this would be relevant. Like, not like the Pendulum decks where you could just out of nowhere clear opponent's boards and then attack the game. That's not how the Zodiac engine really works. It's much more of a slow grind engine. So Max C is even more devastating against it.
Yeah, I mean, to the Zodiac theme's credit, it has it can make a Dryden whilst trying to limit how much your opponent's getting out of the max C, and that's still a pretty good position to be in when you have a guaranteed disruption, unless your opponent has the Kaiju or My Body's Shield or Chalice, unless they have like negation, straight up negation for it. That's at least something you can do. There are quite a few decks where if you get max C, there is not a good place to stop.
Yeah. I think they're talking about a ruling here.
Really?
I mean, not. They both look.
It's unaffected by monster effects.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll kill this one. He says we've targeted this one now. Sorry, man. See, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh before. I know how these tournaments go. I know exactly how that conversation went.
Yeah. Yeah, you can still happily try and destroy it, but nothing's going to happen.
Sorry, you targeted this guy, man. I'm going to have to make sure that goes. There's so many so many World Championship points available.
Yeah, absolutely.
That every match win counts. Even if you've gone X2 in the first 2 rounds, like you want to play through because, hey, win 8 rounds, just even get to close to the tops, and I could be just walking away with a whole fistful of points.
Yeah.
And there was no UK player at the start of the tournament that had more points than the total number of points we're giving away this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So there's legit. The champion here could absolutely just, well, very likely that they're going to be the top UK player after this.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of people out there that already have a ton of points that if they also perform well, they can lock down those spots, but every player has a chance. That's the point that we're here.
Yeah, so we're just checking to see if there's going to be an interview after the match here. That we're going to have time.
Honestly, guys, we're so far over, we're not going to have time for this.
No, I don't think so. Especially now that Michael's got 10 cards to work with. He's going to have so many combos to do. Is he going to get Heritage? Yeah, another Masterpiece. This is where the True King side of the engine comes in, which is generally pretty strong.
Yeah, we're going to see another True King.
Lithosigin.
Lithosigin. Considers that My Body as a shield.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he has to at this point.
My Body's a shield, he's checking to see if it means he can use it if his opponent will destroy his own cards, because he's not actually destroying any of his opponent's cards.
I think he's correcting him. It's only when cards you control. I'd have to check the wording on My Body as a shield. I'm pretty sure it's cards you control. Surely you wouldn't throw your body in front of in front of your opponent's monsters.
I'd say that'd be generous.
Yeah.
But since they haven't just immediately put it down, perhaps it's a little bit ambiguous from the text.
Possibly. Let's take a look at the text and find out. Oh no, it is destroy a monster on the field. Wow. Yeah. So he can happily.
Oh, hold on. But the question is because he could feasibly destroy 2 cards in his hand when he resolves it. It's not necessarily guaranteed he's destroying monsters on the field. So he may. I don't think he can actually activate My Body because there's no guarantee that anything on the field would be destroyed.
Exactly correct. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Similar to Snipe Hunter versus
Stardust Striker. Well, yeah, that's because you have no guarantee that it will be destroyed. So
yeah, so similar in this situation. You have no guarantee that a monster on the field will be destroyed. Yeah, Snipe Hunter was the
You know what? There are actually some weird interactions. I think if you got like Respect Play and the cards are revealed, then your opponent can guarantee that you're going to destroy monsters. Like you need Stardust Dragon and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, with this, yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, if he was playing Respect Play and you saw the cards in his hand and they were all spell cards, then you could My Body as a shield that.
Yeah.
That's a super interesting ruling.
In case you guys actually heard that, just please don't play Respect Play. It overcomplicates everything. I mean, actually respect when you play, but just please don't play Respect Play.
I think it's kind of one of the coolest. It's not like the coolest in any epicness, but I just like the artwork of Respect Play. I think it's kind of cool. So we see the True King of Calamities coming down here.
That's first making its first appearance this weekend. Very powerful rank 9 monster that can shut down, stop your opponent from attacking, which is extremely good in time. Can also negate all of their effects whilst changing their attributes, which makes them very awkward to work with. And it's also pretty huge as well.
Yes, 3,000 by 3,000 is pretty huge.
Oh yeah, and you can destroy your opponent's cards when you're summoning your True Kings, which is pretty awesome. You see a lot of this, you can be used in like dinosaurs to turn your monsters to earth monsters so you can make Materia Beast. And then in your opponent's turn with a quick effect, you basically then blank your opponent's turn.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Michael's just ensuring victory at this point.
Well, he's certainly having a very good go of it. As a heads up, guys, after this is the last outstanding round. We will be pairing up and getting ready to move straight into round 5.
Yeah, we are the last table in the entire building. We've got probably all the players walking around the venue thinking, where's the last table? We've got them.
They're sat there watching it on Twitch, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully tomorrow we can get, so for the finals, you know, we used to have big crowds crowding around the one table, but we can't steal them away nowadays. Hopefully we can get the Twitch stream in the hall setup so we can watch it. So if you're coming down tomorrow to catch the finals, be ready for that.
Bit of discussion going backwards and forwards.
There's like a really interesting ruling now with the True King. Can he play My Body as a Shield now that True King of all calamities may destroy cards in the field?
Oh, that was interesting. Michael, his Draco Heritage continuous spell got destroyed, which allows him to destroy a card his opponent controls. And his opponent revealed that My Body as a Shield and put it back in the same slot. So Michael actually clearly doesn't even consider My Body as a threat. So he chose the other card.
Yeah.
There's a problem with volunteering free information. Oh,
Yeah.
Masterpiece.
It's another masterpiece.
And instant fusion. Oh wow, this deck is
fun
combo-licious.
continues. Yeah. As an order.
I think it's a distinct lack of a firewall dragon here. I feel like that would be making the plays go on for days.
Yeah. Well, certainly it would stop all of those zodiac combos.
Get my little time machine to come see this one. It's pretty fun.
So that's the Broad Bull. Gonna have to go and search. Is there anything left? There is a Thoroughblade.
There's always something left. There's too many Daigusto Emeralds that are refilling the deck up.
And Michael's playing 50 cards, remember? So he's probably playing a heightened ratio of almost everything.
He's actually not playing anything out of the ordinary. He's pretty much gone for all of the engines.
Yeah. So, yeah.
This is super Dryden.
Yeah. I'm getting to the point now where Michael's going to start attacking here. He's had so many cards in his hand to be able to play with.
That pile in front of him is still his hand, right?
Yeah. He's still got like 6 or 7 cards in his hand.
Oh, and he has the My Body as a Shield as well, but he's ran his life points pretty low, so... Yeah, Masterpiece, unaffected by monster effects, going to attack here.
Yeah. So, nothing to be done with Trident.
He already used it to try and destroy the Masterpiece, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And that kind of backfired.
Yeah, and just attacks with everything now. Does that have a Thoroughblade on it? No, it does not.
No, it has a Whiptail and a Ram, I believe. No, it is Whiptail. Yeah, it's double Whiptail.
Double Whiptail, Hammer Kong, and Broad Bull. I'm in now.
That's my fault.
Yeah, my B's mixed up. Yeah, I mean, even if my body... Yeah, my body was clearly not a threat here.
And yeah, now you're passing your turn. You've got no attacks live this turn.
Yeah. Wow, that is a big board. That is a pretty scary board. looking 3 True Kings. That's just a lot of stuff.
Calamities, True Draco, a Dryden, a souped up Dryden as well.
He's gonna summon the Black Sheep.
Okay. Where are you going with this?
He's gonna
Okay,
attack.
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Very long grind game. Michael Cleaver eventually coming out on top for round 4.
Wow,
that was
a long game. Yeah,
that was super long, and Michael's deck just showing by combining all these different engines how you can leverage it in different ways. Just to draw off the top of my deck, oh my turn extends, my turn extends, my turn extends.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a very, very, very long game.
Yeah, it was. So obviously we were the last table, so we want to go and get that all set up. So we'll see you guys in round 5. Catch you guys soon.